On September 28th, a little after 7:30 a.m., Roger Carter Community Center member Nick Kalianos discovered a fellow swimmer in distress within the adjacent pool lane. Once notified, pool manager Abdullah Tyler activated the center's emergency action plan with the assistance of lifeguard David Gostomski. Together they performed CPR compressions, rescue breaths, and used the on-site AED defibrillator twice. During this time, facility leader Marcellus Barley called 911 and directed emergency personnel to the pool. Patrolman Charles Reed responded to the call from dispatch, assisted with life-saving CPR compressions. By the time fire and rescue were on the scene, the distressed swimmer was awake and, most importantly, alive. Our centers, facilities, and parks have saved lives by having well-trained staff and helpful resources such as AEDs. I would like to take a second to recognize that our recreation and park staff, from child care workers to park rangers and lifeguards, go through many hours of training to ensure the public safety. For example, here at Roger Carter, all staff members are required to be CPR and first aid certified, not just the lifeguards. In addition, aquatic staff receive additional 20+ hours of in-service training each year, including skill refinement, pool safety and operations, team building, and fitness training. All of our swim instructors are certified lifeguards. This was evident by the heroic effort that was performed by the 3 Roger Carter staff who we're honoring today. As their director, I couldn't be prouder of them, and good job, gentlemen.
Thank you again for being here today as we are here to celebrate the notable life-saving rescue that took place in this pool by our gentleman here to our right. But I also want to talk about one other thing, about the living proof that people can do amazing things. That when people recognize an issue, have a level of first aid or CPR training, and do something when they recognize that issue, lives can be saved. For this to be truly effective, it takes a partnership within our community and our public safety teams. You've heard the term, if you see something, say something. Well, in the fire service, we know that if you do something, it's better than doing nothing at all. We know that this rescue all started from a fellow swimmer who recognized that something wasn't right with another swimmer in the pool. We also know that his next action was the beginning of an active rescue. When the other swimmer alerted the lifeguards that someone was in need of assistance, at that moment, whether he knew it or not, or wanted to or not, he just became an immediate responder. An immediate responder is anyone who recognizes that an emergency is occurring and takes immediate action and starts the 911 process. These actions could be as simple as calling 911, performing CPR, or alerting others that assistance is needed. So to our immediate responders that we were recognizing today, thank you. I also want to take a moment to inform everyone that Howard County Fire and Rescue is here to educate our residents and visitors in CPR and how to use an AED, and many other life safety skills. All of our classes are free, and currently we are offering them online as we are still working under COVID conditions. So please go to hcdfrs.org for more information. But since our community CPR program began in 2012, we have trained nearly 90,000 people in how to conduct CPR and AED. We also have a great partnership with the Howard County Public School System, who we supported with educational resources and materials to teach CPR within their health education classes. And today, we have approximately 300 publicly accessible AEDs that have been purchased and placed throughout county buildings and facilities, such as the Roger Carter Center, to assist during an emergency. Howard County also participates with Pulse Point, the smartphone app that will alert users to a nearby cardiac arrest incident in a public location. Users of the app who are trained in CPR and had the ability to respond to an incident potentially before firefighters, paramedics, or police officers who are trained with CPR. So with all these programs and infrastructure put in place, my challenge to everyone out there is, if an emergency happens, be an immediate responder like the outstanding individuals we are honoring today. Sign up for CPR training, make a difference in sudden cardiac arrest outcomes.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's really a great honor and a privilege to be here to celebrate success and to celebrate life. And as the medical director of our public safety programs here in Howard County, it's with great privilege that we recognize the outstanding work of the system that we've built to save lives together. Sudden cardiac arrest is an illness that strikes without warning and claims the lives of over 350,000 people in our country each year. Each year in Howard County alone, we respond to close to 300 sudden cardiac arrest calls. The challenge with sudden cardiac arrest is that for every minute that someone is in cardiac arrest, their chances of survival go down by 10%. Time matters. As the chief just said a moment ago, taking action matters. There are two things that we can do to improve survival and give people the best chances for a good outcome. And those two things are early CPR and early defibrillation. Both of those life-saving skills were successfully deployed and utilized in the story that we're sharing and celebrating today. And the message I'd like to share with you all is to please learn how to do CPR. Learn how to take action. Know where the nearest AED is, because your actions, your ability to intervene and willingness to help is key in this chain of survival and ensuring the best possible outcome. I'd like to congratulate our immediate responders and our rescuers, and I'd like to take a moment to thank them and to thank everyone today as we celebrate the success of the system that we have built to save lives. Thank you.
Now more than ever, during these challenging times, we need more hope. We need more stories. We need to be able to embrace the best in our humanity. When we feel a little bit more physically distant, these are the kinds of connections that are vital. And in Howard County, we continue to aspire to have healthy and thriving residents, but that happens each act at a time. I want to take a moment to definitely thank, and I'm so glad to see so many recreation and parks leaders here. Oftentimes, you do so much good and important work and aren't recognized and shown the level of public appreciation that you've earned. So thank you for being here. I want to thank our friends in the Department of Fire and Rescue Services who have been continuously on the front line during these health crises. And I just want to again acknowledge that even though in Howard County we're quite blessed to have so many people who work with Howard County to do amazing things each and every day, we have residents and visitors and people who will come and just step in when the moment calls for it. And this is a great example of that. So we have some recognitions, and I think Raul will come up and read the names.
Yes, we have some certificate of recognition, and we'd like to, I'll call up the names. If you could come up and receive them, it'd be great. And who's there?
Yep.
First is Abdullah Tyler. Next is David Gostomski. He's the lifeguard. Next is Marcellus Barley. He's our facility leader. Again, I'd like to thank these three gentlemen for their heroic efforts. Good job. Thank you, County Executive, for recognizing these three local heroes. this concludes our event. But for those who can stay, the Fire and Rescue Department is performing an AED and CPR demonstration in the back for us. So thank you. And I'd like to call the three gentlemen up if we could take another photo. Okay.